Good evening. Welcome to the Third and Long podcast. My name's Ollie, and I've got Ollie that way. It's weird. It's backwards in here.
Yeah.
We are week 16 of the NFL. There's 3 regular games left to go of the season.
And it's Christmas.
It is Christmas. It's Christmas football. We've got to love Christmas football on both sides of the pond. Are you all ready for Christmas, Mr. Hope? That's a no then.
I am. I'm just not in the right place.
Yeah, I suppose you're going to head up to Manchester tomorrow, aren't you? That's going to be fun.
Yeah. Christmas Eve traffic's going to be good.
Oh, it's been a long time since I've done that. We've been subjected to an extra week's worth of football this week, which involved Monday and Tuesday night, or Tuesday night, which was
It felt weird, almost like today's been the only day where there's not going to be football.
Yeah, technically, yeah. I would love for the NFL to let us have a 10 o'clock game over here on a Monday.
Yes.
I mean, the Browns Raiders was a good game. I must admit, I fell asleep at halftime because I was knackered because I had the week from work. But it was a great game.
Nick Mullins throwing the game away as usual.
To be fair, you can't really blame him for not really knowing. Yeah, you can't. It was his first start in that offense. He's only had one game to practice. He hadn't even had a 7-on-7 practice with them as well.
I'm still not over Nick Mullins losing all the games for us last year, so I'm going to criticize him at every opportunity.
No, that's fine. Go with that one as much as you like, mate.
Especially week 4, Philadelphia, Sunday Night Football. I had to be at uni at 9 a.m. the next day, and I did not sleep because I was so angry.
Sounds like my mate, a Man United fan. Whenever United play crap, he's like, "Oh, I don't get that angry." It's
because we really should have won that game, and Nick Mullins threw 2 dumb pick 6 interceptions in the final quarter. I was so angry, but I was on my own, and I was just throwing things across my room in London.
Oh, it was. I mean, he still went for 147 yards. He didn't for a pick 6 though, which was nice.
Yes,
for him,
and very unlike him.
And
Nick Mullins comes in, and he'll play well for 1 week.
Yeah.
And for us, that was against the Jets, week 3. And then for the rest of the season, he was god-awful until he got dropped for CJ Beathard.
And Beathard is probably the better quarterback anyway.
Yeah, CJ Beathard should have been playing from the start, in my opinion.
Where is Beathard now?
He's Jags.
That's it, yeah. Possibly should be starting. I reckon he'll probably start a couple of games, give the love child a chance.
Give Trevor rest.
Taking out the spotlight for a bit. I mean, if it wasn't for a very well-iced field goal attempt at the end of the first half, it could have been very different. I mean, the Browns had a field goal attempt. They got iced. The kicker got iced, and he made the kick.
Shout out to my dad. That's one of his favorite things.
Well, the mice and the kicker.
Whenever it happens, he's like, ice the kicker.
Oh, it is cool. And they did, and he missed the retake.
Did he score the first one? He scored
the first one. Yeah, he scored the first one. They called the timeout on, and then he missed the second one, and then I fell asleep. So I watched it.
You see, I saw the second half of that game and didn't see the first half.
Do you want to tell us through the second half then?
Well, I mean, what was it? Was it 7-7 at half time?
It was. I want to say 10-7.
Because it went to 14-14 and then
14-16 it finished it.
Yeah, so it was 14-13 and then Carlson kicked a walk-off field goal at the end.
And he missed the first one where they tried to ice.
Yes, he did.
It was the other way around. It was a good drive. I mean, they had a second chance at it. Derek Carr tried to throw it away.
Yeah.
They got a second attempt on it, and they drove it down the field really well. It was a good drive, to be fair.
For me, if you're throwing it away, you should not throw an interception.
No, all day long. And Tom's here. He's here in spirit. He's recovering from his COVID jab, the poor lad. He can't. Yeah, we'll let him off with his COVID jab.
Yeah.
We're going to ignore him for the rest of the night,
though. we have full go to slag off Eric Kendricks and the Dirty Vikings as much as we like.
Yes. Well, you saw what I put on the group chat. The Minnesota won in the end. That was never a pass interference.
Correct.
That was a bullshit. If they're going to start calling pass interference for the cornerback, having his hand in between the two wide receivers' hands, which is what they are taught to do, then you're not going to get any pick sixes. You're not going to get any passing deflections.
There was also a massive no call in the Seattle game for Seattle. I just remember being a bit like, so the Niners were cost for the game against Seattle because of a no call, and now Seattle were cost in the game against the Rams for a no call. So now the Cardinals need to be cost a game against the Niners for a no call, but we can't because also the Niners, if you exclude the division games, the Niners are 7-2.
And the game I will mention. Actually, I am going to mention this, Tom, because you were right. There was a holding call on Jefferson going either the second or fourth quarter. I can't remember which way it was, but there was a known call. But I am glad that Hendrickson got ejected for that stupidly late hit.
We just talk about this. On Fields. This comment here. No. Kendricks had so much time to pull out.
Yes. Fields was down for a good 3 seconds. And he had no idea that, they are trying to protect the quarterback. There was no need to do that. It was out of order. That was an out of order. I haven't seen if he's been fined or anything by the NFL yet, so hopefully he will have something on that one.
He will. But just going back to the Sunday night game, how Brady didn't get called for taunting for shouting at the Saints bench.
It's because they hurt his feelings. That's why he got away with it.
Did him. Poor Brady.
Kirk had a good game. To be fair, both quarterbacks had a good game. Well,
actually, Kirk did exactly what he needed for me to win both my fantasy games.
Well, that's the main thing then.
Because I had Kirk in one league and I was playing Kirk in the other league, and he did exactly what he needed to have a good game.
That's impressive.
But not a great game.
Fields looked a good quarterback this week.
Fields is a good quarterback.
And he's guaranteed to be playing this week because Dalton's on the COVID list, which we'll cover in a few moments.
I can't remember whether I said this on the show or I said this to you yesterday, last time. But he was one of the QB1 focused.
He said it on the show. He's on in the QB and the Lights or next QB1 or whatever the program's called.
However, that series is no longer on Netflix.
No,
I did watch it when it was on, and he looked like a very good quarterback then.
On to Tuesday night, Seattle. You've got to feel sorry for Seattle. They were that depleted. They had running about 1 out, running about 2 out. They had wide receiver 1 out. They had half their offensive line out. They had half their DBs out. That doesn't make any difference for them anyway.
And they actually made a decent challenge, and if it wasn't for the no call, the game could have been very different. I know you've not seen it, but it was a pretty blatant.
There has been so many blatant calls missed this year. It is ridiculous.
Get VAR in.
That pass from Cooper Kupp from Matt Stafford. The bloke wasn't anywhere near ready when he got that, and he still managed to slip it in between literally the eye of a needle, in between 3 defenders.
Yeah, it was an insane throw.
I'm just saying that Cooper Kupp is only 340 yards away from breaking Calvin Johnson's receiving record.
Both Matt Stafford though.
Both by Matt Stafford. That is.
I think Cooper Kupp will break the record.
He's got 3 games to do it in. He could possibly do it in 2. So Rams have now got.
They've got us week 18.
Vikings, Ravens, and you got. So all he
But
needs
we do
say
need to
115 yards a game.
Yeah, we do need to remember that Cooper Cup will have an extra game to do it in.
Yeah, so he's going to have an asterisk next to his name.
Yeah.
But to have that record is something else. I mean, he is currently at, when I get my stat sheet up, no, he is at 1,625 yards as we speak.
Personally, I'd like to see him do it in 2 games just so that asterisk is effectively null and void.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you reckon he gets 2,000 yards this season?
He only needs 375 yards, so yeah.
Yeah.
So 35 more yards. That's what? Just under 400 yards? 120, 130 a game? Yeah, it's easy enough doable.
But
Has one big game against Vikings, which on Sunday Night Football.
Josh Norman's going to have him in his pocket for the last game.
That's going to be a massive game because there's so many teams on 10-4 in that conference. It's mad. On to Wednesday morning. Have you seen the catch by Devontae Smith? Under duress.
No,
literally, he is fully laid out. I'll put it on the group chat in a minute.
I have to admit, I've not seen any of this game.
I haven't seen any of this game. I've just seen the bit of the highlights that they show and all that. I mean, the catch is insane. It is right on the end of the field. He is literally have to be fully stretched out on both toes, literally on the toenails to get it into the ground. It's an insane catch.
I was watching the Rams Seahawks game instead.
Yeah, I had that game on and fell asleep after the Rams went 3-0 up because, this week's been mad. Jalen Hurts is looking a bit of a good quarterback this week. He had a really good game.
Hurts is really Jack Rawhide for me.
He rushed for 2 touchdowns. Admittedly, they were both within 2 yards of the end zone. He went 20 from 26, 296 yards, 1 TD, 1 interception, 38 rush for 2 touchdowns.
I would love to have known what would have happened if Heineke was playing.
Yeah, I think it would have been a completely different game.
Yeah.
And you've got to feel sorry for Dallas Goedert as well. The pass that come off his heel for the pick.
Yeah. Well, actually, I have seen that play. That
is ridiculous. It literally bounced off his heel. If he was literally another 3 inches down the ground, that would hit the ground. It'd be an incomplete pass.
Yeah.
So was that bad throw by Hurts, or was it a bad, just bad play calling, or was it bad route running? We don't know.
I think it's probably a combination of all of them.
Yeah, it was.
Well, actually, probably not bad play calling, because if Hurts had actually hit Goddard in his hands rather than his heel, it would have been fair play.
Probably a bit more of a bad throw than more than anything else.
But then again, he could have run the route. He could have run the route, not route, wrong. But
you can tell I watch American sports too much. Route running. It's mad. So that's been good. So over here in the UK, we woke up to Pro Bowl announcements
this morning. Yes.
We will go through Afc Offense first. Any surprises on that one for you?
I'm surprised Lamar made it.
Yeah, I am as well. I thought that would have been Burrows.
I'm a bit surprised Nick Chubb made it. I thought maybe Austin Eckler would make it.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I don't think Tyreek Hill. To be honest, I'm not happy about many of the wide receivers, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Diggs deserves it. He's the only one that does deserve it out of those ones. That is ridiculous. Got no argument with the
the tight ends are fine.
Spot on.
The fullback, I don't know enough about the fullback.
I don't know a lot about him. The O-line is... The problem with the O-line, it's not a Hollywood-style position, is it? It is just a case of, I'm going to pick my team's player because I know who he is. I think David Andrews should have been in there from the Patriots because he has had a really good season at center.
I was a bit surprised Quentin Nelson made it because hasn't he been injured? Has he been injured for most of the season?
In and out. I think he's missed about 5 games in total. Patrick Mahomes is in there because it's Patrick Mahomes, isn't he?
Yeah.
he's the reason my son supports Chiefs because he sounds like Kermit the Frog. No,
But
that's
people like Lamar Jackson, Nick Chubb, Tyreek Hill have all got in there because of their name, not because of their play.
The defense on their own, Myles Garrett completely deserves it. Max Crosby completely deserves it. Trey Hendrickson completely deserves it. Cameron Hayward, not quite so much. Chris Jones completely deserves it. DeForest Buckner, possibly.
DeForest Buckner is a defensive end, in my opinion.
And he didn't have that good of a game against us.
Yeah. Darius Leonard deserves it. Perryman deserves it.
Joey Bosa's not.
Bosa's injured.
Obviously.
Isn't he injured?
No, it's
TJ Watt, yes.
Matt Judon,
yes. Denzel Ward, yes.
Jackson.
Jackson, don't know how he made it. Kenny Moore, yes. Xavier Howard, yes.
Calvin Bard, definitely.
Yes. Derwin James, yes.
Yeah.
And Tyron Matthews, yes.
Yeah. Special teams, obviously, long snapper's in there again because of his team. The punter, he's got the best punt average percentages.
And Justin Tucker had to be the kicker.
Yeah. Matthew Slater, I think that's his 12th inclusion in the Pro Bowl. He is classed as a wide receiver in the Patriots roster book, but he's not going to play pro wide receiver. He is the Pro Bowl. He is the wide receiver or the special teams captain for the Patriots, and he is a legend. Probably be his last season as well, which will be sadly missed.
On to the NFC.
Yep.
Brady Rodgers and Murray. I'm not sure Rodgers or Murray should have made it in.
No, I mean possibly Carr.
Yeah, possibly.
And definitely Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
How is Matt Stafford not in that? Is beyond a joke.
Yes. Connor, yes. Kamara,
hell no. I wouldn't put Kamara in that team.
I have no problems with the wide receivers.
No. Yeah, of course you wouldn't.
Pitts is a weird one for me.
Pitts is the youngest player to make a Pro Bowl at the age of 20.
Personally, I'd have put TJ Hawkinson in.
He's out injured now, so he wouldn't be. He's out for the season, so that's him done.
Just check for me.
He's the only fullback in. Yeah, he's the best fullback in football. After Devin White. Devin White is it Devin White? No, James Devlin. So I hung up his cleats in Foxborough. He was superb.
Kyle Juszczyk got the 4th most votes out of anyone.
Not bad for a fullback, is he? And he does a lot of stuff out of the backfield as well.
Yeah, he does.
He's not,
scored a very good touchdown last weekend.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Jacoby Jackson from Patriots. He's possibly going to be one in a couple of years' time. I don't think we've had an international series player in the Pro Bowl yet, so that'd be quite good to see.
Yes.
If he ever gets there. Onto the defense.
No, we've not gone through the O-line yet.
Oh no, we haven't, have we? Sorry,
I want to mention the fact that Trent Williams has made his 9th Pro Bowl.
I want to know why didn't Andrew Whitworth from the Rams not get in there?
Because he's not had a good season.
I think he has.
I mean,
he is a very good offensive lineman.
For me, Trent Williams, he came back from terminal cancer.
Oh yeah, anyone who fights cancer deserves all recognition, left, right, and blooming centre.
And
all day long.
He's now got 98.5 PFF rating this year.
That's not bad at all, is it?
Bad
at all.
It's about 5 better than anyone else. And then we got Tristan Wirfs, who, can't believe the Niners.
I think he's there on his name.
Can't believe the Niners traded out of the chance to pick him. Tyron
Smith, he's having a good season for the Cowboys. Yeah. That Cowboys O-line is always really good.
So Zach Martin.
Yeah.
So is Brandon Scherf, and so is Ali Marpet, actually.
Jason Kelsey, he's always a good player.
And Ryan Jensen.
Yeah.
Onto the defense, Nick Bosa, first name there.
Who's doing it? You or me?
Nick Bosa, first name there.
Yeah, wasn't he number 2 in the votes?
Yes. Brian Burns.
I don't get why he should be in there. Who? Cameron Smith? Yeah. Burns.
He's had quite a good season.
Yeah, but the Panthers haven't. There you go. When we've had bad times against Dunlap like this week. You always are allowed bad games, Jack. Admittedly, on that one.
I don't think Whitworth's had a good season, personally.
I don't know. Shaq Bennett, yeah, definitely. Robert Quinn, definitely.
Can we just talk about Aaron Donald being included?
Why wouldn't he?
Has he had that many sacks this year?
He is double teamed left, right, and centre. He's not in the top 5. Let's have a look.
Bosa has the highest double team percentage in the NFL and still has 15 sacks.
So Aaron Donald's had 11 sacks. He has had
okay, fair enough.
66 tackles. 14 tackles, 97 for loss. 4 pass deflections and 2 forced fumbles. So
I also think it's very interesting that you put him down as an inside linebacker when he was classed as inside, defense, not defensive end, but inside defensive.
So Micah Parsons is in there as well. He, like I said, he is classed as a linebacker.
Yeah.
He has had, but if you ever look at his lines up, Tom's just trying to stir a bit of interest there. Thomas, Tom, why didn't you join the show instead of commenting? That might be a little bit easier.
Surely you've got to even admit now that Bosa is better than Young.
Young hasn't played a season, so I can't tell.
He has.
Give them a both season. He's missed 8 or 9 games this season.
Yeah, but he had a rookie season last season.
But Bosa didn't play last season. They both need to play a full season together. Then we compare their stats at the end of the season.
Okay. just when he went down, how many sacks had he had this season?
So let's scroll down to Chase Young. I know he only had 3 sacks.
Was it 3? I thought it was 1.
Do you want to go through the rest of the line? It's waiting for it to load.
Okay, then we've got Bobby Wagner. I'm a bit annoyed that Fred Warner didn't make it.
Oh, Effie's had 3.5 sacks.
Yeah, he had 2 of them in the last game.
Player of the week. Defensive player of the week, wasn't he?
Yeah. Then
against his whole team.
Then we've got Chandler Jones and Robert Quinn, who are both good inclusions. Don't have a problem with that. And I now need to wait for the rest of them to load because it's just gone off my screen.
Hey.
Professional as ever.
Oh, yes. I'm still waiting for Chase Young's sacks to come up.
Tom said he's happy where he is, Sterling.
Yeah. I can't find Chase Young's stacks.
Shaq Barrett's also a good thing. Trayvon Diggs. You know my opinion on Diggs.
I can't be asked to keep going down for Chase Young. I'm down to 180 and he's not in there.
Jalen Ramsey's still the best cornerback in football. Darius Slay and Marshall Lattimore.
They did miss him on Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning.
Quandre Diggs and Bud Baker and Harrison Smith. All very
I don't get how Quandre Diggs is in that because that Seattle secondary have been absolutely shocking this year. That's another one that people are living on there.
Long snapper is because people know Falcons know who he is. Fair enough punter, fair enough kicker. Personally, I think the return specialist should have been the Minnesota lad that scored 2 return touchdowns this year. But
you could have put Cordell Patterson in there because he was a return specialist at once. Yes, he's played more this year as wide receiver and not really done many kick returns. I don't think he's done 1 kick return this year, but yeah, he should have been in there.
The Niners need to sort out
Chase Young stats.
The Niners. Let me see if I can get them.
I will do. It's just one of these. It's like Chase Young.
Chase Young, 21 sacks, 1.5 sacks, 26 tackles, 0 tackles for losses.
Yeah, no interceptions, 11 assisted tackles. I mean, he only played 5 games, 6 games.
Yeah, but 1.5 sacks in 5 games.
Washington defense wasn't that good at the start of the season. To be fair, was it?
Yeah, but he should have been He should have been making it good.
True, I agree with that one.
Shall we move on to COVID?
Let's move on to COVID. I'm going to hit the banner.
Okay.
Yeah, COVID and injuries have been possibly the main story this week leading up to Pro Bowl. There's obviously been big news that's come out this morning regarding where's it gone? There it is. Regarding Minnesota and Saints. I'll get it right in a minute. Minnesota have lost Dalvin Cook, and Saints have lost QB2 and QB3. And obviously, James Winston
not having QB1 anyway, so QB4 Ian Book is going to be starting on Monday night. Sorry.
So, do you remember pre-draft? I was quite high on Ian Book. I thought he was a good quarterback.
Yes,
he is. I would have taken him at New England if we hadn't gone for Mac Jones.
I was about to say, I think you're probably happy with Mac now.
Oh, very happy with Mac. Mac was always the one I wanted.
I'm surprised you're not wearing your Judon jersey, to be honest.
I'm not as of yet, no, because I was going to wear my Christmas jumper, but it's like far too hot in my house. I'm absolutely roasting it. Kenny's going to kill me for that one. Sorry. But yeah, it seems to be every day at the moment there's players going down. Obviously, we had Robert Sula from Jets go down yesterday. We've had Sean Payton go down as well.
And there was only NFL UK has had his fair share too, has it not?
I believe so, yeah. I mean, there's only 2 franchises that haven't had any COVID cases, and that's your lot, and that's Cincinnati Bengals.
They ironically played each other the other week.
The interesting thing is, though, you have Cole Beasley, who is pretty quick, and I can see him similar offense to what they have to run with Hill. Yeah, I can see that as well. Interesting thing, Cole Beasley is an anti-vaxxer. Very much an anti-vaxxer. He has now got COVID. He has 10 days. That's 2 big games for them. So they're going to obviously miss us, and they're going to miss Atlanta. Not so big. Possibly he could miss Jets, but who knows? That is big. I mean, most teams have got 5 or 6 players out. You know, Arizona have 2, Falcons have 1, Ravens have 9.
Patriots, you have 2, don't you? 2 or 3?
Patriots have 2 now. Buffalo have 4. Carolina have 6. Chicago have 15 out at the moment. Oh no, Cincinnati and Howard have 2 apparently. According to this, it's just updated. Cleveland have 20, including their head coach. Cowboys have 3. Detroit have 2, although they did at the start of the season. They had 13 out of 3 weeks ago when they played Broncos. Green Bay only have 1. Houston have 14. Indy have 3. Kansas have 2, but they've been hit quite badly.
It's just good that so far this season we've not had a Kendall Hinton incident.
Which was, remind me.
All 3 QBs go out with COVID, so wide receiver has to play quarterback.
Oh God, he did all right though, didn't he?
No,
he did. You know, he's not going to be to a quarterback standard. He did okay for someone who's not played quarterback in 10 years.
I took a risk and stuck him in my fantasy team, and he got like minus points.
New York Jets have got 18 players out. So
and
this week they have and the head coach. So this week they have Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Who have Jacksonville have, if I scroll up, come on, up you come.
Not that many. Not 18.
No.
I was about to say not 18 in the head coach, but they don't actually have a head coach.
Looks like they haven't got any else at the moment, Jacksonville.
Yeah. But and of course, we need to mention Neil Reynolds from NFL UK, who has COVID, as has his family, and I hope they all get well soon.
Most definitely.
I know he said he's going to be involved in the Sunday program, but I'm assuming not to the same extent as he usually is, and I'm sure he will be missed.
Obviously, Patriots are on Sky on Sunday.
Yes.
I'm interested to see who they're going to take. Are they going to try and get Mr. Walker over? Or are they going to let someone like Jay Bell, who's had experience hosting the BBC show? Or are they going to try and get one of the guys like who's the girl who does the one with the guy from Love Island.
Yeah, I can't remember her name.
I can't either off the top of my head.
But I'd just like to talk about Sky NFL for a minute.
Go for it.
What is Ryan Leaf adding to the program?
Truth behold, I haven't watched Sky NFL for a long time. I always watch Game Pass unless Patriots on there.
I'm just like, who in the Sky meeting thought, you know who we should get? We should get Ryan Leaf. Like,
oh, is that the human joystick? Is that what you're on about? So I've seen him on a couple of their Segway shows, you know. I quite like his energy. He almost tries to be a bit like Jay Bell and OC. That kind of energy, but it doesn't work as well.
I'm just like, who are they going to get next? Johnny Manziel?
The fridge. They're going to get the fridge.
Like, Ryan Leaf was a failed quarterback in the NFL.
He was.
So I don't understand why they thought, out of everyone they could have got, they're like, let's get this guy who didn't really have a career.
Agreed.
And then they've got him paired with a Super Bowl winner of Sean Gale.
I don't like Sean Gale as a player at all. I really don't. Check America's Russell is placing Neil. Hopefully, I have no idea that is Jag. I think Neil Reynolds gets
too much
unfair amount of stick. He is a good presenter. And he is very, very knowledgeable.
Yeah, he knows his stuff.
Exactly, and that's what you need. Do you want someone who knows sod all about sport, is literally just reading off script, or do you want someone who understands sport, has the knowledge? Yes, okay, he doesn't have the personality of Chappers or even Dan Walker gets too much stick, and that guy knows a bit about the sport as well.
Yeah, but he's a Vikings fan, so how much does he actually know?
Well, look at our host.
Our host isn't here, so I'm teeing off on the Vikings.
Oh, go for it. Yeah, I think it's really harsh what he gets. It's unfair, and I'm not saying that because the NFL are now hopefully watching us. Okay. Yeah, but Raiders have had load of bust. Just ask John. John, I tell you what, John Gruden's out of a job, so we get him over.
That would be entertaining.
Hey, he knows his stuff. And even no one would say he hasn't got the personality. Sean McVay would be good.
Sean McVay's a bit busy.
Yeah, he would. I want someone who knows the stuff, who knows the sport. I mean, even I
reckon they're just going to get Neil Reynolds on Zoom to do it, to be honest.
Yeah, but it's going to be crap.
Yeah, I don't think this guy care.
No, not really. They pay him enough money. Yeah, so obviously the Buccaneers have been ravaged by injuries as well, haven't they? Their wide receivers have gone. Yes. It's Jeff. My name's Jeff.
I mean, I miss Kevin Cagle, may he rest in peace.
Kevin Cagle was absolutely brilliant. And who was the other guy who always carved the turkey on Thanksgiving with the dreads?
No, not Rob Ryan.
He had the eye.
Yeah.
That sounds really harsh. He had the eye.
I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember his name.
Names on the postcard, please, people, because I can't remember his name. I really apologise for that one. Yeah, so Buccaneers have been ravaged by two kind of really big hits. You know, Godwin's out and possibly Evans is going to be out as well. He's a day-to-day, apparently. Whether he plays or not, even if he is going to play, it's not going to be effective, Mike Evans, is it?
No.
You've got Perryman out as well. Tom Brady's lost a lot of weapons.
So who do they have left?
Leonard Fournette's gone as well, but they've signed Le'Veon Bell.
Who do they have left in the back as wide receivers? Like Scotty Miller?
Scotty Miller, AB, and Gronk. So you've still got 2 Super Bowl winners in that offense.
3 Super Bowl winners.
Perennial. Oh, yeah, okay, I suppose. Yeah, Scotty Miller.
They all won it last year.
That is true. They did all come back this year. And Scotty Miller did blow out the Green Bay DBs in the championship game last year.
Scotty Miller's underrated.
He is, but he's been used a lot as kick return this year.
Yeah, that's because they have Evans, Godwin, AB,
Gronk, yeah. Who's the other guy in there as well? That young lad, I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
Behind Gronk they have OJ Howard too. If they want to go in 2 tight ends,
which they possibly do, because that's what Brady knows.
And go back to New England days.
Going back to New England days, so his last possibly 2 seasons in New England, Brady wasn't the same without his his tight end, his star, his his awesome. Without Gronk.
Without Gronk and without
Jules, without playoff Danny, he didn't. He only had those 3 targets, and he struggled. If they were open, and if they weren't open, he struggled. Okay, you also had James White, who's probably one of the best receiving backs in the league.
I think it shows Brady's good if he has weapons. If he doesn't have weapons, he's not that good.
Yeah, we can say that for 32. Well, most of the wide or quarterbacks in the league. Possibly the only one to be Aaron Rodgers, because he's used to not having good wide receivers.
Yeah.
Apart from Devontae Adams.
I'm not sure if you saw that thing. Did you see anything on TikTok today where it was showing how the Ravens was double teaming, like having 2 cornerbacks on Devontae Adams in every play?
Pretty much would have been not surprised if they had.
And apparently Rodgers said to him in the tunnel, like, that's the biggest form of flattery.
Yeah, because Devontae Adams is class.
I picked
him up in one of my drafts, and he is superb for me.
They had 2 quarterbacks. They had 2 quarterbacks on him.
Because they always have the free safety, don't they? They drop him in they double team him up. They hide him. Cleveland, that's how they play it. And they always, if you've got, the best flattery is if you've got your DB1 on your QB, on your wide out one.
Yeah.
That's, big news is that came out, about 20 minutes, half an hour ago, about Cam Akers is being reactivated this week.
Yeah, I don't think he'll play this week, but I think he could next week.
I think he might have a few snaps.
Maybe a few, but I don't think I think it'll still be mainly Sony Michel.
Yeah, obviously mainly Sony Michel.
Do you know when Henderson's back? Is he on COVID or is he injured?
He's out for the season.
Okay. Did not know that.
As far as I know, he is out for the season, as far as I can see. While we're still on the COVID thing, did you see, I spoke about it pre-show, didn't I, what the doctors said?
Yes.
About they are still testing 1,000 players a day. Yes. They are still a lot of players out injured, though it is. So Dr. Alan Sills, I believe that's how they pronounce it, says the NFL is still COVID testing over 1,000 people a day under the new protocols. More COVID in the community equals more tests, and even the vast majority are reporting minor or no or minor symptoms, the NFL still isolates everyone who tests positive. So that's as they should, exactly. There was, if they were asymptomatic or they were double jabbed, they were allowed to play, which defeats the object.
Yeah.
It's almost like, the cattle have gone, let's shut the gate now. It's a bit late then. But it is good that they are doing that they are going, right, I think if you're not vaccinated, it is the 10 days. If you are, it's until you show a negative result.
I believe it's 2 negatives. Which
is the same what's over here at the moment, isn't it? What they bring over here now. Which is good. And it's also good that you get to see players you won't see. It's not good that you get players out with COVID.
Yes, it's not good that players are getting COVID, but it is giving people somebody that's really taking his chance. I mean, this technically isn't COVID, but look at Tyler Huntley.
He was superb. I'm going to get to him in a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is really, really good in that one. Shall we roll on to predictions?
Yes. And, as me and you keep on mocking Tom on the predictions group.
I've got to do something. I've just been asked. Hang on. It will be on in a second, I promise. Okay. I'm going to take my earphones out now.
Somebody's got a message from Kelly.
Yes. Bear with me. There you go. It's on now.
He did have it on earlier, but he said he was too hot.
Yeah, I took it off. I was sweating, so I had to take it off. There you go. It's on. I have to wear it for my Christmas quiz for work tomorrow. I'm not complaining because it's Christmas jumping as Patriots. Any excuse to wear Patriots.
But yes. So me and you keep on mocking Tom on the predictions league, don't we?
Oh yes. So
the fact that he's not in the top 150.
I slipped down this week.
Me too.
I couldn't believe that. I mean,
I'm just about in the top 100 now.
I did enough to get into the playoffs, which is my aim. Because
I got relegated.
I was 0-4, and I finished up 9-6 or 9-7 or something like that.
I was 6-9 and got relegated.
Ouch.
So about
that. As you can see, it's scoring through the top. I am currently leading.
Somehow.
By one from Mr. Hope, and Mr. Hope is one ahead of Thomas. Out of 49, this is so far. I've won 4 games this week.
How did we do last week?
Last week we got, and I can't remember how John and Kelly got on. Oh no, I've written it down. So, me, you, Kelly, and John went for Chiefs. Thomas went for Chargers and got it wrong. Yes. We all went for Pats. Yeah, that was a mistake. Tom was the only one who went for Texans.
Yes.
We changed it to Eagles and got it right.
There's been a bit of debate about the Eagles, hasn't there?
It counts. It's fine. If you're in the prediction league, Ian let us change it. So that's the rules we're going on.
Okay.
Yeah, so obviously Tom stayed for Washington, Kelly stayed for Washington. They both got it wrong. Me, you, and John all went for the Eagles and all got it right. And we all got
Kelly's called us cheats.
No, we're not.
As we just said, in the prediction leagues, Ian
we're
lets
allowed.
Us change it.
We do. So this week, the games are rolling across the bottom. We have got Pats, Bills, Tennessee, San Francisco, Cincinnati, Baltimore, LA Rams, Minnesota. New England, Buffalo. I'm going to do it properly.
A couple of tough games in this one.
That's the reason I'm trying to get it is now playoff games. We're going to go for games that are pretty much playoffs because when it goes to the playoffs, we're going to try and get them all 4 games both weeks.
Well, I mean, Super Wildcard weekend, we got 6 games.
We have. Would you like to go first, Mr. Hope?
Okay. So I'm going Bills to beat the Patriots.
Yep.
I'm going to back my Niners.
Yep.
I reckon the Rams will beat the Vikings. and I'm stuck on the 3rd game.
You told me earlier you went for Baltimore earlier.
Can I say Baltimore if Lamar's back? Can I put that caveat in?
No. You can't.
Okay, I'll go Ravens.
And Kelly's.
I'll go Ravens. Thanks for picking against the 49ers, Kelly.
That's probably why she did it. So I am going to give Tom's first, as he's not here, and he has given it, unless he's going to put it on the show, but I don't think he is. Tom's gone for Buffalo, Tennessee, Ravens, and he's backed his Vikings, which I think's insane, personally. So Tom's staying on 25 this week.
And just before you go, you need to give me a banker.
I'm going to let you have whatever you want in your banker, as long as they're not a playoff team.
Okay.
Non-playoff team.
I'll take Jags.
You're gonna. Who have they got?
They've got the
New York
Jets without any players
and a head coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. My heart has gone for Patriots for for the first game. It's gonna. I'm praying that Foxford does us good.
I've gone for Bills just because it'll make things a lot more interesting in that division.
If there is a prediction, if Patriots win and Miami lose,
you guys
we win the division. I've backed your team. Tennessee haven't looked the same since Derrick Henry went out.
They have got AJ Brown back, but
yeah, he's been activated today. Julio Jones looked a shadow of himself last week. He looked against an just above average Steelers defense.
And I mean, and the Tennessee have got a depleted O line with their third string left tackle, second string left guard. Release Arden Key and Nick Bosa on them.
Oh yes. I've gone for Cincinnati. I just think, although how good Huntley played last week, Cincinnati is just a very good game.
I guess on Sunday I might be swapping.
I think this is the Rams-Vikings game could be a offense shootout.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a high-scoring game. It's probably two of the best offenses in the league at the moment, even when without Dalvin Cook. But I have gone for Rams to win that one. I just think they've got a little bit more about them. And you can't stop Cooper Cook in the form Matt Stafford's on the moment, you know.
So for Pat, we've got 2 on Pats, 2 on Bills, 2 on Titans, 2 on Niners.
Yep.
This including Kelly's. 2 on Bengals, 2 on Rams, 2 on Bengals, 2 on Ravens, 3 on Rams, 1 on Vikings.
It's probably the most split we've had.
There could be some moves this week in the rankings.
Oh yes. If
anybody else wants to throw their predictions in, they can.
Go for it. On to players of the week. I'm going to put Thomas's up first. Akeem Hicks, the defensive end for Chicago Bears. Good stats. You can't deny those stats. For a defensive end, he's doing what he should do. 4 tackles, 2 sacks.
Yeah, he had a very good game.
Yeah, he has.
Although it was in vain, but
how many times did Chicago in the end zone go for it?
Too many.
When they were in red zones. It was almost like
Carolina
had an excuse, but they had no kicker because he was injured.
Yeah.
On to yours, Mr. Hope. Can you remember who you've given?
Yeah, this was a head against heart. Because I really wanted to give it to Jeff Wilson.
He had a superb game. Was it 22 carries for 100 yards?
I believe it was 21 carries, 108 yards, one touchdown.
Yeah, 21 catches, 110 yards, 1 touchdown. Yeah, but Debo still had 98 yards on a TD.
Yeah, but I decided to give it to Brandon Cooks. I've been fairly critical of the Texans this year. I think that's fair enough. But
I think everyone's been critical of the Texans this year. They've just been shite.
Brandon Cooks had a good game.
They had a good game. He did, to be fair. There was one touchdown that was about 120 yards. I think they felt like 120 yards.
I think it was about 60.
Yeah, 60. I'm going for a QB2, who I think probably had game of the season, not let alone game of the week.
I think he probably had a career game.
He had a career game. That's
unfortunately, it was in vain.
Yeah, I mean that's from Harbaugh going for like 2 points again. Especially, I don't get it against Steelers. Really don't get it against Steelers. Against Green Bay, because Aaron Rodgers on the other side, and Green Bay's defense is really good. That's saying that against Green Bay's defense, he had 28 from 40, 218 yards, 2 touchdowns. He rushed for 71 yards with 2 touchdowns. I think the one rush, he rushed about 800 yards before actually crossing the line, and he was only gandered about 10 yards. He broke about 15 ankles. He was left, right, and centre. Really good game. I think he's put himself in a few shop windows.
But I think he'll be at the Ravens for another season.
So he's a second year, isn't he now? So he's probably got at least a couple more years on his rookie deal. He does look the real deal. He does look.
Yeah, I mean the fact that he was undrafted too,
and the fact that he had a really good game when he came against the Browns last week.
He did
really good. He dragged them back into that game. Yeah, okay. Cleveland tried to throw it away again. It was in vain. He did try and drag you back in, but he is he is looking like he could be a quarterback of the future. Probably maybe a Tyler Heineke, a bridge quarterback. I don't know if he's ever going to be a franchise quarterback, but he does look a quarterback who would be really, really good for the future. So there's a few dates that have come out that we need to know about for next year. Yep, as you've done it. So I'm going to read off this computer because it's easier to read, and then off the bottom. So franchise tag transition window. So these are the window. This is the time their players who can't agree the contract, they're coming up to free agency. Teams want to hold them. Franchise tag window, transition tag, whatever you want to call it, opens on the 22nd of February.
I hate to be picky, but the franchise tag and transition tags are different things.
Explain the difference then, Mr. Hope.
It's all about, so franchise tag, I believe, is
you get to hold them for another year on their rookie deal, basically.
Yeah, it's all to do with wages.
Yeah. And transition tag?
That's the average of the top 5 wage, I believe.
Oh my God! Some of those positions are going to be
the top
some
5,
of those positions.
I believe you take the top 5 earners in that position and divide it by 5, and they get paid that.
And you're only allowed one of each on each franchise.
Yes, but
could be in trouble for the Rams.
Most teams don't use either. Really.
I could see Cooper Kupp being kept on franchise on a franchise.
I think Kupp still has 1 year left.
Possibly. I know he missed last season because of ACL. I think this is his 4th season.
Yeah, but don't they have the option of a 5th?
Well, we will Google this now while we're going for the other ones. The other ones is the scouting combine, which is always good fun to watch, where you get to see what the players are like for next season.
You did, 1st to 7th. Then one of my favorite times of year, free agent frenzy.
I don't think we're going to see Bill Belichick breaking the bank again. That's always good fun. You get all the rumors leading up to that.
I still want to get Jim White in on free agent frenzy.
That would be awesome.
NFL, if you're watching, give Jim White a call.
Oh, please, with the yellow tie. Get him back with the yellow tie. That would be brilliant. He is on... Oh, he's got a 3-year... 2024 is his free agency year. He is currently signed a new contract, Cooper Kupp. 47 million, 6 million signing, 35 guaranteed.
It wouldn't surprise me if they give him a new contract this summer, though.
If they can afford it.
Well, they can't, but...
No. So the new league officially starts on 4 p.m. Eastern time, or is it Eastern time?
It'll be 4 p.m. Eastern, yes.
Yeah, Eastern time, so about
1 p.m. Pacific.
Yeah, about what?
9 o'clock here.
Yeah, 9 o'clock over here on the 16th of March. So it won't be long after that we will see the fixtures for next season. We will then find out what games are over here, who's in Germany, who's in Mexico.
I believe is it not Germany and Mexico?
I was pointing the right way in my house, just not on the screen. It's backwards. And then the draft, when we all go to Vegas on the 20th of April for 4 days, and we all love the draft, especially day one.
Niners don't have a pick in day one at the moment.
Yeah, well, New York have 6 in total, I think, between the two of them. It's ridiculous this year.
The NFC West have like a total of 1 pick in the first round because New York have taken it all.
Cardinals?
Yeah, Cardinals actually have a pick.
I could see them trading out. I could see New York.
Just the NFC West having no picks in the first round.
No, I could see New York trading out because they've got 4 picks between the two of them.
6 picks between the two of them, is it not?
6 or 4, I can't remember off the top of my head.
They have like 4 in the top 10, don't they, or something?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So yeah, it could be interesting. Most definitely, Mr. Hope. Have you asked for anything for Christmas? Have you asked Santa anything for Christmas? any NFL gifts for Christmas?
No, I don't think I'll be getting any NFL gear for Christmas.
Fair enough. If you have anyone's got an NFL gear, please share it onto our Facebook page. Tag us on Twitter. We'd love to see what anyone got for Christmas. It's brilliant.
I mean, did you ask Santa for anything for Christmas?
I've got a few things, yes. Although I did get an early Christmas present to myself. I'm going to show this now. It is my signed OC New York Giants jersey, which will be.
Did you have to send that off to get signed?
I had it signed. Yes, had it received. I received it signed. Yep. So it's all going to be good. I can't wait. I'm really looking forward. It's going to be a good one. Mr. Hope, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas.
Oh, you're not going to go through the playoff standings?
Nah, not tonight.
Okay. Well, I hope.
I don't think it's. Has it changed? We can go for the playoff standings if you like.
I mean, the only thing that's changed. The only thing that's changed is the Vikings have gone into 7.
Yeah, it's the only thing that's changed. Vikings 7. It's still as it is. You could go back into the NFC with a win tonight. Could you go up the NFC?
Well, no, we'll still be sick.
We'll still be sick, won't we? So yeah, it's really tight in both divisions. There was a lot on riding just out on the lower half of the AFC playoffs. On the NFC, there's 4 teams on 10-4.
And 4 teams on 7-7.
Yeah, 4 teams on 7. So it's ridiculously
Which
close.
is why it's sort of important that the Niners win tonight.
Yeah, because I think that'll pretty much seal the Tennessee
especially
fate, I think.
I think if we win tonight, we have the Texans next week. I think that pretty much confirms us in the playoffs.
No, that's Tampa. I was going, you haven't got Texans next week? Yeah, then you got LA.
Yeah.
Who, LA needs to. It's ridiculously close in the AFC West. Now the Cardinals have lost, 3 on the bounce now?
You mean the NFC West?
NFC West. So Cardinals,
yes, the Cardinals have lost 3 on the bounce.
No, they didn't lose Chicago, did they?
No, they've lost 2 on the bounce.
2 on the bounce, yeah. I was about to say.
I saw something on Facebook earlier, which was like, so if the Cardinals lose all 3 and the Niners win all 3 and the Rams lose one of the next 2 and then we beat them, Niners win the division.
Yeah, I can't see that happening.
No, me either.
Rams have now found that groove now. They had a bit of a rough patch when Odell came in, when Von Miller came in.
I know. I can see us beating the Rams.
It depends if the Rams have got the division clinched. If the Rams have got the division clinched, they'll rest players. It depends on COVID as well. COVID does.
We find a way to get it done against LA. I mean, the first game against LA this season has turned our season round. We've beaten LA the last 5 times in a row.
Yeah. It's always good. I want to say that COVID's going to play a massive effect in this league now.
Yes.
A massive effect. There's big players. New Orleans, if they had one of the 2 quarterbacks available tonight, they'd probably be okay. Not tonight, this weekend against Philadelphia, they would be okay.
Are you sure the Saints playing? Are the Saints playing Philadelphia?
No, Miami, sorry. Going across the board. They would have been okay. So things like that. I mean, Browns are season's pretty much over now because their COVID's been so bad lately.
I mean, I still think Omicron does sound more like a transformer than a new variant, but that's by the by.
I've seen that so many times on social media. Sorry, I'm going to take my jumper off. I'm literally sweating my balls off.
Well, I mean, we're about to wrap it up now. So
I just want to show myself off on telly, really. Just show my stomach off to everyone. I do apologise. So blooming hot. There we go.
So we've done that. Do we have anything else left to do?
I believe that's it for tonight. Ollie, would you like to say us out this week?
Well, first off, Mr. Butler Henderson, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas on Saturday.
And you, Mr. Hope. And then hope you have a good wedding on Monday. Whose wedding is it? It's not yours, is it?
No, it's not. No, it's not mine. It's my cousin's.
I hope you have a wonderful wedding.
Yes. You might be on your own on Monday, depending on Tom Shaw's availability.
Hopefully, he'd have finished with Santa and his COVID variant. His COVID jab would have got over him, but yeah, we'll see.
But I want to wish everybody watching Merry Christmas, and I will see you on the 30th.
On the 30th, yeah, we go again on the 30th, people, and all.
And I know we might be doing one on the 27th, but I will not be available.
He might be slightly intoxicated.
But in the words of whoever wrote "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.